to a very happy podcast with Sean and Mark. And this episode about this giving episode special.
The Spreading Happiness podcast.
Yes.
With John, that's you.
I'm Sean.
And Mark, that's me.
There's a father.
And this is our special Thanksgiving episode.
I'm really excited.
It's Thanksgiving week. We love Thanksgiving week.
I love
it. Thanksgiving's long been my favorite holiday. So we have a business. What's it called?
Sean's Crazy Socks.
John's Crazy Socks. Guess who's it's named after?
I am.
And what's our mission?
Spreading happiness.
Spreading happiness.
Yes.
And that's the name of our podcast, and that's what we want to do. We're going to spend about 30 minutes with you, and we want to spread some happiness. We want to put a smile on your face.
Absolutely. I'm really excited.
And what do you say are the keys to happiness?
Our only message today is about a gratitude and do for others.
Gratitude and do for others. The more we do for others, the better off we are.
Yes.
And this whole show is going to be about gratitude and Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
We'll tell some stories, we'll banter back and forth, we'll highlight some of the businesses that we've highlighted. We always, in our regular episodes, we always highlight a business owned by or led by a person with differing abilities. So we'll cover some of those. You'll tell some jokes.
Yes.
This is pretty cool. We'll have fun.
Gonna be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
A lot
of fun. So it's Thanksgiving, and we should start with a very simple basis. What are you grateful for?
I am so grateful.
John prepares.
I did.
He does research. He thinks things out. This is not willy-nilly. This is not just John showing up in front of a microphone.
Right.
You've done your research. You've written things down.
I did.
What are you grateful for?
I am so grateful for my family.
Your family?
My family.
What family?
That.
Who's in your family?
I know.
Who?
My dad, my mom, Carol, my brother Jamie, my brother Patrick, and my sister-in-law Emily, and my nephew Karen.
John is very excited.
I am.
Because he's now an uncle. And Kieran, Patrick and Emily's son, is a little more than 2 months old now.
Yes.
And just the thought of him makes you happy.
Yeah.
You're happy for your family?
I am.
All the time?
I do.
All the time?
All the time.
Even when I'm giving you grief?
Yes.
Even when I'm waking you up in the morning saying, get up, John. You were up early this morning.
Yes.
Right? I had to get up at 5:30. You're not going to believe what I had to do.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about that?
No.
No.
I can't go over my grateful for.
Yeah, what else are you grateful for?
My friends.
Your friends?
My colleagues.
Your colleagues.
And with different abilities.
Oh, well, all your colleagues, including more than half of our colleagues, have a different ability, right?
And our customers.
And our customers, well, can I stop there? Can I stop you about our colleagues?
Yes.
So I want to tell you a story about John. You know, and I'm a dad. I'm going to be a little biased.
Yes, you are.
But John gets it.
I do. I really do.
We've been very fortunate with our business. It lets us do a lot of good things, a lot of fun things. We get a lot of visits from elected officials. They all like having their picture taken with John.
Absolutely.
So a few years ago, our county executive, we have a new county executive, it's Ed Romaine. You've met Mr. Romaine. You've been on a TV show with him before Polar Plunge.
I did.
But a few years ago, the county executive was a guy named Steve Ballone, and he came into our office, and I got to give him credit. He wanted to learn. He wanted to know what was going on. He was great. But at the end of that session, he said, John, I want to present you with a proclamation from the county. Remember this?
I do.
And the county executive had a little entourage with them and photographers. Said, John, stand over there and I'm going to read it to you, then I'm going to hand it to you. John said, okay. But he said, wait. And he got all his colleagues and said, oh, you guys, come here. And John stood with all his colleagues.
I did.
And then the county executive read the proclamation, whereas and whereas and whereas, language you only see in a proclamation. And he handed it to John. And John looked at him and said, "Thank you very much." And then what'd you do?
And then I hear the moment, I give the flags to my colleagues. My colleagues work so hard, and our job and my colleagues, they work so hard, and we are very fortunate.
We are very fortunate. But that was a moment, it really crystallized John's appreciation.
It's amazing. I love it.
And he does this stuff all the time. And we do a lot of speaking engagements, right? We travel the country giving keynote speakers. John is always giving shout-outs. Always shouting out to his colleagues, thanking his colleagues, and not only your colleagues, who else do you give shout-outs to?
My teachers are wonderful teachers.
Your teachers. And here's another way that you show your gratitude. Do you remember where we were Tuesday night?
Tuesday night?
Yeah. Where? We went back to your old school.
Oh yeah, with the tech.
So here's a cool thing John has learned. You got a great education.
I did.
So, because John has Down syndrome, he got to spend an extra 3 years in the public school system.
Yes.
Anybody with a disability can stay in school till they turn 21 or graduate, whichever comes first. And your last 3 years, you split.
I did.
What two schools?
I split my time in Huntington High School, and I went to the tech program.
Western Boise, the regional tech school.
Yes.
And what were you studying at Huntington High School?
Huntington High School, I said life skills.
Life skills. And who were you always giving shout-outs to?
I always give a shout out to my speech teacher.
Who?
Miss Klee.
Miss Klee.
And also, by my heart.
Yeah?
She is a wonderful teacher.
Oh, she was wonderful.
Yes, she is. And Dr. Murphy Justin.
Dr. Murphy Justin.
Yes.
They gave you a great education, didn't they?
Yes. I love it. Be happy.
And then over at Wilson Tech, what did you study there? What were the two main things?
The two main things is I study office skills.
Right.
And retailing.
Office skills and retailing, which helped set him up to start his own business.
Yes, I make me so happy. And
what teachers were there?
What?
Who were the main teachers there?
Miss Ziegler.
You had her for office skills.
And retail teacher by my heart.
Who?
Miss Capioni.
Miss Capioni. Miss Ziegler, boy, she was kicking your butt in that office skills
class. Yes, she did.
She worked you hard.
Yes, yes.
But here's a great way John shows his appreciation. You're now on the advisory committee for Wilson Tech. We had a meeting there Tuesday night. With you feeding back, here are things that the teachers can do, because they're asking you these questions, to prepare people to get jobs.
Yes.
The best way to show gratitude and appreciation is to give back. I got a lot of things to be grateful for, too. I'm still here, age 66, that's a good thing. We get to run this business, and boy, we get to do and see such amazing things. At our job, we get to see minor miracles all the time with achievements of our colleagues. And they bring so much joy, and we get to share in that. And then we get to go out and do all these speaking engagements and podcast interviews, meet so many people. You've met a lot of famous people.
I do.
You've testified twice before Congress.
Yes.
And we have to quickly add, we were not subpoenaed.
All right.
You've spoken twice at the United Nations.
I do.
And we're able to do this all because our customers support John's Crazy Socks. I'm so incredibly grateful. I'm grateful, just like you, for family.
Absolutely.
I've been married to your mom for 43 years.
Wow, this is amazing.
Imagine that. 43 years.
Wow.
She is my bride. I'm a lucky man.
Yes, you are.
And you married folks out there, you'll understand this. In those 43 years, We have never come close to divorce.
Right.
We have come close to murder a few times.
Okay, Dad. Okay.
And my sons, all three of you guys, how wonderful.
Isn't that amazing?
And Patrick is so happy, and Emily, his wife, and now I have a grandson.
I'm so happy.
I get to hold my grandson. That's awesome. That's a lot to be grateful
Yes.
for. Right? There are a lot of things. You know what else I'm grateful for?
Yes.
I'm alive at the same time that Bob Dylan is performing. That's a good thing.
Yes. Yes.
I'm grateful that I have a family that loves road trips.
Absolutely.
You like going on road trips, right?
I do.
I'm grateful for a family that loves music. I'm grateful for two of my sons who share my misery of being a Jet fan.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there's a lot to be grateful for.
I didn't finish mine.
Oh, what else you got?
Our customers and my health.
Our customers. Well, we really have to thank our customers. We have the best customers in the world. They're always telling you how much they like the socks.
Yes.
You know, we have over 33,000 five-star reviews. You have so many followers. People stop you in the street. They stop you at the airport. Hey, are you John?
Yes. Yes. It's amazing.
It's amazing. And our customers, boy, you're the ones that make it possible
Absolutely.
for us to employ people with different abilities, for us to give back. You know, John here has donated over $800,000 to our charity partners. Who are our charity partners? Some of them.
Some of them is Special Olympics, National Diabetic Society, and Autism Society of America.
We started with the Special Olympics, and
Yes.
we donate 5% of our earnings to them. And why the Special Olympics?
I am a Special Olympic athlete.
And you like that, don't you?
I do.
It's good stuff.
Yes.
John's been a Special Olympic athlete for 24 years now. What
Yeah.
sports?
Basketball, track and field, soccer, and snowshoe.
And now your brother Jamie is one of the basketball coaches.
He is.
And what else is he going to coach?
He's a coach track and field.
And snowshoe, who's your coach now?
My father.
I chase him up and down we train on a beach, right? We don't get a lot of snow on Long Island. I chase you up and down the beach.
Yeah.
Run faster.
Yeah, with the end and a half.
What?
You can do.
What?
You can shake me with a stick.
It makes you with a stick. We don't want to say that in public, you know. And people might get upset about that.
I know.
We have a lot to be grateful for. And it turns out that really is a key to happiness. If you wake up and you just look around and see what you have, you know, look, we live in a great place. We live in Huntington Village. You like Huntington Village?
I love
We're
Huntington.
very engaged here. This morning, where were you?
This morning I'm at Chamber breakfast. I was
Chamber of
Huntington.
Commerce. They had their annual meeting. And what did we do for the annual meeting?
I give us socks.
We made socks.
We made socks.
And John handed out socks to everybody.
Yeah.
Did they have fun doing that?
I love socks.
Did people like the socks?
They love it.
They love the socks. People love the socks.
Yes.
So we're grateful for that. You know, I'm grateful for the books. Grateful that I get to, you know what, here's something I'm grateful for. Your mom is letting me read James Joyce's Ulysses aloud to her. All like 800 pages.
Wow.
That's love, John.
That love. I also really cool at that
What?
park.
Yeah,
That's my name.
that's part of your name. What's your full name?
My full name. I love it. I love my name. My name is John Lee Ulysses Cronin.
John Lee Ulysses Cronin. The John Lee comes from...
I found a blues player, one of my dad's favorites. I'm John Lee Hooker.
John Lee Hooker. But it's also John for Johnny Cash.
Shiny Cat.
And John, which is an alternative name for Jack Kerouac.
Jack Kerouac.
But then, and it gets a little crazy here.
Yeah,
So John is the youngest of 3 boys.
I am.
And my bride and I, we got married pretty young, right out of school, right out
Yeah,
of college.
yeah.
I had just turned 23. And we spent our 20s trying to figure things out.
And your mom old.
Well, now we're old. Yes, thank you, son. But we spent our 20s trying to figure things out. And then shortly after turning 30, your mom came to me and said, "Hey, big Bella, it is time.
Time. Yes.
We're going to have some children."
Yeah, I'm gonna have my brother Patrick and Amy
and I was like, "No, I'm not ready yet. There are things I want to do." Before there was the term bucket list, I would carry a list.
Bucket list?
Yeah, a bucket list. And we made a movie of this. I don't know where the term originated. But a bucket list is what you want to do before you kick the bucket. Kick the bucket's another way of saying before you die.
Okay.
And I had a list of things I wanted to do before I had kids. And she said, "Throw that list out." But one of the things I used to say was...
What's that list?
I did. Listen, I live in fear of your mom. She told me to throw it out. I threw it out.
I don't know what it was.
Oh, yeah. Publish a short story, go to the Super Bowl, go to the Indianapolis 500, run another marathon, a bunch of things.
Wow.
Some of them I've done. Published lots of short stories. I've run 4 marathons, been to a Super Bowl, been to the World Series.
Why did your mom want to go throw it out?
Because she said, "We're not waiting, we're having kids now."
Oh my God.
And when I used to say, if we had a boy child, I wanted to call him Zeus.
Yes.
Zeus.
Because
even though we're Met fans, you could hear Bob Shepard, who was a longtime announcer, you could hear him saying
pitcher
for the New York
Yankees.
Zeus. So your mom, she has a sense of humor.
Yes, she does.
We wound up calling him Patrick.
Patrick.
For one of my favorite poets.
Oh yeah, Patrick Kavanaugh.
And one of the Irish, one of the leaders of the Irish uprising, the Easter uprising, Patrick Pearse. And your mom gave him the same middle name as me, Xavier. And she said, "You can call him Zeus, but it's going to be a middle name." So
that's cool.
His full name is Patrick
Xavier
Zeus Cronin.
Cronin.
And we had a second child, like your mom. Here's what she told me. So we're going to have 3 kids. She said they're all going to be born in the first part of the year. And they're all going to be born 3 years apart. She controls the universe.
Well, I know that.
Patrick is 34, born in January. James is 31, born in March. You are 28, born in February. She controls the universe.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Well, then we were going to have a second child, and we came up with a name for him, James Connolly.
James Connolly, and one of my dad's favorite, a clip band called Black 47.
Black 47. They have a great song about James Connolly.
James Connolly.
My name is James Connolly. I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working man. The small multitude. To protect the proletariat from the bosses and screws. Well, anyway, that inspired us for name James Connolly. He was also a leader of the Easter uprising. But who else is a Connolly?
I know.
Who?
My grandma. My beautiful grandma.
Your grandmother, my mom, who was one of 5 Connolly girls. So we kept the name going. But now, we told you about James Connolly. But then we gave the first child 3 names, so we had to come up with a 3rd name for the second child.
Well, I know that.
And it had to be equal to Zeus, and Zeus was the king of the gods.
King of gods.
So what's Jamie's 3rd name?
It's Elvis.
Elvis, the king of rock and roll.
King of rock and roll.
So he's James Connolly Elvis Cronin.
So, Mama.
And then, is that that's your Elvis impersonation?
Yeah. So, Mama.
You know what? When it comes to impersonations, stick to the sock game.
Yeah.
And then along comes Johnny Boy here, And we settle on John Lee.
Johnny.
Now we got to give him a third name.
Yeah.
And shortly, after John was born, we found out he had Down syndrome. So we figured out John was going to have to be wily to make it through this world. Wily. He would have to be clever, figure his way in the world. So we were thinking Greek again, even though we're not Greek. Well, we're all Greek. We all, in the West, we trace all our roots back to ancient Greece. Odysseus, and the Roman name for Odysseus is Ulysses, which happens to be the title of one of my favorite writers and famous books, James Joyce's Ulysses. So your full name is?
Charlie Ulysses Gordon.
So there we are. We're grateful for all that.
Yeah, I'm so grateful.
All right, let's get back to the Thanksgiving theme.
I'm health.
You're also grateful for your health. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm working on my health.
Me too.
We're both getting in shape. We're both eating better.
Yeah, I'm trying
What?
that I keep track every day.
Right?
Every Sunday morning, we do sushi classes.
Right?
I've been planning a sushi.
Right. So you've been writing down your weight every day, and you write down, what else do you write?
I keep track of how many cups of water I have.
Oh, you keep track of water? Okay.
And I keep track of how I feel in the morning when I wake up in the morning.
Great. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And every morning, my mom makes me smoothie. I try to get a lot of
Your mom, she takes care of us, huh? She makes me eggs in the morning, scrambled eggs, and she makes you a smoothie.
Yeah, I try to get a lot of fiber.
And John's inspiring me. I'm working on it too because I got a lot of things I got to do and want to do, and I got to lose weight. I've lost 100 pounds so far.
That's amazing.
I've lost 100 pounds since April.
Can I tell you really cool?
Yeah?
You mean excited? I've been lost.
What?
I lost 16 pounds.
16 pounds. All right, so you're grateful for your health.
I do. I'm really grateful.
All right. Thanksgiving.
Just kidding.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
My favorite food is chocolate cream pie.
Chocolate cream pie.
I tell you why I love chocolate cream pie. It's really delicious. My mom, she loves bakery. I love my mom make delicious chocolate cream pie as well.
Well, you see, those of you old enough to remember the old Superman TV show, Clark Kent would step into a phone booth and come out as Superman.
Yes.
Your mom steps into a phone booth and comes out as a combination of Julia Child and Martha Stewart. And there she is, making sure we eat healthy every day. She's great. She loves us, takes care of us. But once a year, she makes us chocolate cream pie.
Yeah.
And that's not traditionally a Thanksgiving food, but it could become one for you. Huh?
I like it from this.
That's great. You know what mine is? Stuffing.
Stuffing.
Right? The turkey and the stuffing. You gotta have that. You gotta have the gravy.
Yep.
And then I'm like old-fashioned. Well, not old-fashioned. I'm, the end of the baby boom. I like the cranberry sauce.
Baby boom.
And your mom says, "Oh, make cranberry sauce from scratch." I'm like, "No, I want the canned jelly ocean spray." And she says, "That's disgusting." I said, "Yes, but that's what I like." But it's the stuffing. You know what I grew up on?
Yeah.
You know who made great stuffing?
Oh, yeah.
Who made great stuffing?
Grandma?
Your grandfather.
My grandpa?
He would make it, and we'd have big family gatherings. He would make it in a garbage can.
Oh my
In a
God!
garbage can, and God, it was a little unhealthy. He'd put everything in. He had all the stale bread. He'd put everything in, and then he'd put his arms in. No gloves. He'd put his arms in and mix everything up. Somehow we all survived.
What's my favorite?
Yeah.
I know my favorite food.
What?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And she loves mashed potatoes.
She does. She loves them potatoes. That's the Irish in her. The potatoes.
Yeah. Yes, she is. Same as particular.
Thanksgiving is always my favorite holiday. No gifts, no pressure, and what happened
I
is,
love it.
I'm still friends with people from high school, right? You know my friends, Cliff and Joe and Brody and Killa. Well, a lot of them unfortunately have passed away. You knew a lot of them too. Jocko and Bobo McShane, and Phil Carney, and Gary.
Jim's my friend too. I have been talking to my friends, and I haven't talked to one of my friends.
Well, but what happened is, you go off to college and everybody spreads out, but everybody would come home for Thanksgiving. And it was always great to see everybody at Thanksgiving. And we'd hang out the whole weekend, we'd be up all hours of the night, and I'd climb in. And then what I did for many years is I ran the turkey run here on Thanksgiving morning. I hope when I lose enough weight and if my knees will be okay next year, I can run it again. But those were traditions I liked. They were good things. Those were good things. But, geez, and now we have a business, and we're always trying to, live up to our values of spreading happiness and showing gratitude in the business. We do things with our colleagues, right? Here are some neat things. So many of our colleagues have never had a job before. Their first job is with us. Many of them have Down syndrome or autism or cerebral palsy or fragile. So we want to celebrate that. And so one of the things we do, we get everybody a business card. Because that shows you're a professional. You're always walking around with your business cards.
I do all the time.
So we give everybody a business card. And on the back of it, everybody has a personalized discount code. So they can give out a discount. And then we have a little ceremony when we hire you to give you your discount code and your sticker. Because everybody who works in our warehouse gets a sticker with their name and picture on it. And when you get your order, on the packing slip, you'll see that name and picture. You'll see who picked your order.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing. And then, when they get their first paycheck, we have another ceremony to present them with their first paycheck. Because for so many, this is their first job. That's fun, right? You like doing that. John's always the one that hands it out. Because, what's your title?
As Chief Happiness Officer.
John's the Chief Happiness Officer.
Yes.
And we started something else in our business, right? Of just making sure that we recognize the work that people do. I mean, one of our pillars, we built the business on 5 pillars. What are those 5 pillars?
Create and hope, give it back, find partners you care of, make it personal, and make it a great place to work.
Make it a great place to work. And part of making it a great place to work is to recognize the work that people do. So oftentimes, and I know I've done this, I've been a manager since I was 19 years old. I started managing staff. I've been fortunate to lead a bunch of organizations. None were ever this much fun. But frequently what we do is we set targets, we set objectives, we set goals, and then we measure how far short we fall. So I got this idea from a guy named Dan Sullivan, who's written a lot of great books, a lot of helpful books. He runs an organization called Strategic Coach. Sometimes it's good to measure backwards, to measure and see, what have you done? What have you accomplished? Instead of always focusing on what hasn't been done, let's focus on what we have done. So one way, it's a little way of practicing gratitude every day. We start all of our meetings. We do a daily briefing for 15 minutes every day. We don't have a lot of meetings at our place, other than that. But we start every meeting by going around the table and the monitors, because some people work remote, and ask them, just share a victory you've had in the last day. And sometimes it's personal. Kristen was talking about her son making the honor roll. Maria was talking about closing on a new house. But it's good to recognize and share those victories, huh? You like that?
Yeah.
And then we have to figure it out in terms of business. So, Thanksgiving's favorite holiday. You're always being grateful and showing things. But in our business, you know, and in all of retail, but Thanksgiving means Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and everybody's hitting you over the head. Buy, you know, sale here, a sale there. And look, the reality is, we're very dependent on that. You know how Black Friday got its name?
I don't know.
Because in budget sheets and spreadsheets, if you have a negative number, if you're losing money, the colors are red. But when you turn positive, when you make a profit, they turn black. So Black Friday is when you turn the numbers from red to black, if you have a good Black Friday. So how do we balance this out? We do almost 60% of our business the last 2 months of the year. We have Gratitude Week, saying thank you to our customers.
Absolutely.
And giving things away. You know, free shipping, giving gifts. This past weekend, we gave out socks and stickers and Coletti's cookies.
Right.
That's a nice segue. We like to highlight on every one of our episodes a business that's owned by or led by or focuses on people with differing abilities. I got a list here of the ones we've done so far in the second season of our podcast. Esteem Coffee, a coffee shop down in North Carolina. They're very cool. Allison's Doggy Delights.
Yes.
That was this week's or last week's business. Allison lives down in Florida. She makes these great, fresh, and really healthy dog treats. Purely Patrick lives up in Vermont. He makes like cookie mix, but sells it to you. It looks beautiful. Huh? We've had a lot of his stuff. He has cookie mix, I think brownie mix, and birdseed mix. That's really cool. Brittany's Baskets of Hope. She lives right nearby. Yeah. For a while, she worked with us. What Brittany does is when she finds out about a family that has a newborn or a new child with Down syndrome, she sends them a basket of gifts.
Yes.
They've included our socks in that and information. That's really great business. And I know you like this guy, Poppin' Joe.
Yes, I do.
Poppin' Joe. We're going to send out good wishes. Poppin' Joe's been a little under the weather. He's out in Iowa, but splits his time now in Georgia. He makes kettle corn.
Yes, kettle.
He sells it at farmers markets. We've had that kettle corn. It is delicious. And then your buddy Blake. What's Blake got? Blake Snow Shack. And where is he?
Here in Sanger, Texas.
Sanger, Texas. Blake Snow Shack and Coletti's Cookies.
Yes.
Colette DeVito. You guys are like the king and queen of entrepreneurship by people with Down syndrome. She runs this wonderful business called Coletti's Cookies, based out of Boston. They're in grocery stores now. They also do catering events for lots of businesses. She does a lot of speaking events and educational programs. She's a dynamo. So I'm grateful for that. All these other business. All righty, buddy. It is time for some jokes.
All right.
You got your jokes?
I do.
Let's hear.
What is a pumpkin's favorite sport?
What is a pumpkin's favorite sport?
Squash.
Squash.
What did a turkey say to the computer?
What did a turkey say to the computer?
Google, Google, Google.
Okay.
What do you get when you caught coffee creamer in a football game?
What do you get when you cross coffee creamer in a football game?
Half and half time.
Half and half time.
This is the last one. This is fun.
Okay.
What do you get when you cross Miley Cyrus with a Thanksgiving dessert?
What do you get when you cross Miley Cyrus with a Thanksgiving dessert?
Hannah banana pie.
Hannah banana pie. You crack yourself right up, don't you?
I do.
All right, I have some jokes just as bad as yours.
Yeah, I know.
What would you do if a bull charged at you? Pay him whatever he asked. I was going to get some balloons for the office, but the prices of balloons are always going up because there's always inflation in that business. And so I have a Thanksgiving story for you.
Okay.
I called up your brother and I said, I just want to let you know, your mom and I have been married 43 years and we're calling it quits, we're getting divorced. It's like, what? You can't get divorced. I said, it's over and done with. I've put up with this long enough, we're getting divorced. He says, don't do anything, I'm going to talk to my other brother, Jamie. Gets off the phone, he calls Jamie. He tells Jamie, I got a call from the old man. He said he and mom are getting divorced. Jamie, we can't have that happen. They can't get divorced. Jamie calls me up. Says, don't do a thing. Don't talk to a lawyer. Don't file papers. Don't do anything. Patrick and I are coming out. We're coming to see you. We're going to be there. Don't do anything. I got off the phone, looked at your mom and said, okay, they're coming for Thanksgiving and we don't even have to pay the airfare. Hey folks, we hope you have a good time. We hope that your Thanksgiving is wonderful. You know, it's not about money, it's not about gifts, it's not about fame, and everybody has something to be grateful for. And when we recognize that, that brings joy to our lives. And we're so grateful for the support. Let folks know where they can find you.
I find you at johnscrazysocks.com.
johnscrazysocks.com. And we are so grateful for you. You make it possible for us to employ people with different abilities. You give them jobs. More than half our colleagues have a different ability. You help us give back over $800,000. Over $150,000 you've donated to Special Olympics. How awesome. But most of all, you help us spread happiness.
Spread happiness.
Isn't that feel good?
I feel really happy.
And we've extended this to everybody in our employ and people around us. If you happen to be in the Huntington area, that's where we live outside New York, and you don't have a place to go on Thanksgiving, you let us know you're welcome here. All right, folks. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
All right.
Thank you.
Say goodbye, John.
Bye, John.
No.